If this is my last Twitch stream ever, I want to say I appreciate everybody that's been joining me over time. So that theory would be those 10 stocks that are down this year, you buy those stocks right now or over the next 30 days, and then hope for outperformance basically over the next 12 months. Howdy, chat. Hope everybody's doing phenomenal out there. All right, let me get a few things up here and rolling. Okay, so so my Twitch contract is all completed now. In terms of what was expected out of me. So, I've had fun doing it. It has been fun. It's been enjoyable. Like I said probably to you guys in the past, it hasn't been necessarily a great return on investment for my time. But with that being said, it has been enjoyable. I've actually enjoyed legitimately doing it. So that's good. Now, in terms of, am I going to keep doing Twitch? I don't know. I'm going to take the next, I'd say week or two and see how I feel. So basically, I'm not going to do Twitch for at least the next week or two. Okay. And I'm just going to see kind of how I feel. And so there's a few potentials here. I think there's one potential where, let's say I don't do Twitch anymore. I think there's another potential where I keep doing Twitch the way I've been doing it, Monday through Thursday. I think there's another potential where I only do Twitch, but for big events. So let's say the market's crashing on a given day, or let's say one of my stocks is up massively, or let's say one of my stocks is down massively, or let's say it's a big earnings day for a popular stock, like a Tesla stock or a Palantir or something. Maybe I live stream those earnings live. So I could see that as being kind of like a third option, right? Where it's whenever I do stream, it's because it's something big is going on or happening, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking is potentials. But for the next couple of weeks, I won't do Twitch at all. You won't see me on here because I'm just going to kind of be considering the future and what do I want to do? And I think sometimes you got to step away to kind of find out, is this something you really want to do? I've been doing it for 3 months now, and we'll see how I feel. If I miss it, I'm oh man, I kind of missed actually doing it, then I'll definitely likely at least consider the third option, which is the one around doing big events, something big happening, and doing it. In terms of Twitch, I think they got a lot of problems here. The problems are discoverability. There's just, you're not going to get discovered on Twitch. I think almost everybody that's watching this live stream right now, you guys know me because you know YouTube. And so that's an issue, right? YouTube, you can, even in a very short amount of time, like a matter of a month or a few months, you can begin to have, a decent amount of fans that can, follow you and whatnot that come from YouTube. You don't have to have had another social media that was successful to bring them over. And with Twitch, it's just not that way. With Twitch, it's I have to bring the most core audience over here and hope people watch me over here. It's just very different than YouTube, where you can be found and your videos can be found and the recommendations and whatnot, right? Twitch just doesn't have that. And honestly, to be quite frank, I think this is why Twitch has had a lot of trouble growing their platform. If you look at Twitch's growth over the last few years, there's not much there. And I think that's the issue with Twitch, is they're just not good at recommending content to people. It's kind of let's recommend whatever the most popular thing is that's going on, and that's that. And to truly have a really healthy platform, you've got to have mass amounts of people that are successful on that platform in very different niches, right? And you've got to have recommendation engines that are so good that if somebody watches XYZ content, it can then push somebody a totally different type of content, but they I think this person will probably enjoy this as well, right? So that's just kind of a different thing. And also, obviously, YouTube has the ability to be found also if people search things. So let's say you search Tesla stock on YouTube, right? You're going to be greeted by a whole bunch of different videos on people talking about Tesla stock, and you can be found that way as well. And so from the creator side, it's just Twitch is just really lacking substantially. And so And as an Amazon shareholder, because I'm sure you guys might or might not know, Amazon owns Twitch, right? Amazon's my third biggest position in the public count. I think Twitch has potential. I really do. But they're not going to be able to fulfill that potential until they really get this platform in a place that, folks can be found and be found easily, and people are recommended different folks, and you have different options and sidebars and all those sorts of things. I mean, if they can become a little bit more like YouTube in that terms of that discovery ability, right? Then we're talking. And then I think Twitch has a great growth profile. If it can, it's just going to always be a little niche thing over here that's just, whatever for Amazon. But yeah, and I'm not sure why Twitch hasn't, been making moves there more, right? I mean, it seems like they're a little, how do I put it? It seems like they're just not, they don't innovate fast enough. And maybe that's because they got bought out by Amazon, right? Maybe it is. And so maybe sometimes when these acquisitions go through, maybe it's a situation where, the company that got acquired just doesn't move as fast because they got acquired by the big dog. So I don't know. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I'll take the next couple weeks off from Twitch, the next 2 weeks, and I'll consider. And like I said, after that 2 weeks, I'll either do it like I've been doing it, I'll not do it at all, or I'll just do it for big events. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel after the next 2 weeks. In terms of my stocks here today, looks like it's a decent day out there. We'll play the game one last time here today. Well, I shouldn't say one last time because that makes it sound like it is for sure my last live stream, which it might not be. But we will play the game one last time. We'll see who's going to be the winner chicken dinner in regards to that. Oh, and I do have a new stock to add. You guys are finding out first. Well, actually, not finding out first. You're finding out second. But, yep. There's a new stock I own. Brand new one, folks. Yep. Somebody says if you rated other channels, they would rate you back. That's how you get discovered. Yeah, you're like, dude, that's not going to cut it. No, you can't count on people like trying to do this silly stuff. Like at the end of the day, like the machine needs to recommend you relevant content to you that thinks you'll probably be interested in, that other people show interest in, and it builds and builds and builds. Like you can't count on people doing stuff like that. Like no, that's not going to work. That's why thinking like that is why Twitch has been stuck for the last several years with let's just call it no growth really. When you really look at their user base. So. Somebody said, please consider doing YouTube live streams. I'm definitely going to strongly consider that. That's option 4, right? And that is, well, it kind of goes into not doing Twitch anymore and just focus on YouTube. Because there's no doubt, if I'm doing a YouTube live stream, even if it was on a brand new channel, I could do a brand new channel. I don't even put it on the main channel, don't even put it on the reaction channel. Literally just start a brand new channel. I guarantee you that within 2 days, I have massively more viewers on a brand new channel than I do here on Twitch that I've been shouting out. I wouldn't even have to shout out because YouTube is so good at recommending. I would start getting recommended out there, and then some of my viewers would start seeing it, and then it would start recommending it more in people's feeds. Like, YouTube's so freaking good at that, right? I mean, it's insane. Twitch is not. But anyways, so Dogs of the Dow is a stock picking strategy devoted to selecting the highest dividend paying Dow stocks. Well, that's not really what it is. Yes, this is what it is here. So, let the dogs out. So the Dogs of the Dow is an investing strategy where income investors essentially bet on beaten down blue chip dividend stocks and the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's not just dividend stocks. Like usually the Dogs of the Dow theory is you buy whatever the most beaten down. Very simply, the stocks that did the worst the prior year, you buy them for the following year, essentially. That's the best way I could put it. And so the thought process is whatever the worst stocks were from the prior year, you buy those stocks, right? This is if you're doing more of a dividend strategy. The biggest dividend payers: Walgreens, Verizon, 3M, Dow. So, but in terms of the worst performers this year, what stocks are the worst performers of the bunch? So Chevron's down about 14%, so that's pretty bad. Boeing's up, that's not going to be a Dow dog. So just keep track of the ones that are down this year. So one would be Chevron, right? Procter & Gamble. Oops. WBA. Coca-Cola. Johnson & Johnson. Honeywell, but barely Honeywell. It's only 2% down. Merck, but barely. 3M. And Nike. Okay, so what was that? That sounded like about 10 stocks roughly are negative in the Dow this year. So that theory would be those 10 stocks that are down this year, you buy those stocks right now or over the next 30 days, and then hope for outperformance basically over the next 12 months. I wonder if they got a study on how it's done over time. So how have the high dividend paying dogs of the Dow and small dogs of the Dow performed? This included a chart, blah, blah, blah. Dogs of the Dow and small dogs of the Dow have done even better. Since the turn of the century, dogs of the Dow has an average annual return of 9.9%, while small dogs of the Dow did even better with an average annual return of 12%. Wow, noticeably better than the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Interesting. So the small dogs of the Dow, what is that? Is that like buying the smallest cap stocks of the Dow? It looks to me like this dogs of the Dow theory actually there's something to it. Dogs of the Dow is an investing strategy that aims to generate better returns than the Dow while also presenting lower risk than other stock picking strategies. Using this strategy, one usually invests in the 10 highest yield Dow Jones Industrial stocks, then reallocates the portfolio annually to the new highest yielding Dow stocks. The term dogs refers to the strategy of looking for the highest yield Dow stocks, which are typically the ones that are viewed as being out of favor by investors or in the doghouse. Dogs of the Dow strategy has gained popularity since a book, Beating the Dow, was published in 1991. Okay, so that's where it came from, that book in 1991. I was always curious where that actually came from. The idea behind this strategy is that investors can profit from the relative strength of the Dow stocks and the opportunity to buy undervalued components using dividend yield as a proxy for valuation. So, ultimately, it's a broken theory, in my personal opinion. But with that being said, it could still work, even though it's kind of a broken theory. Like if you're just judging off of dividend yield, that's a flawed strategy. I'll just be honest with you guys. But with that being said, am I surprised it outperforms the Dow? I'm not. It's simply looking at the stocks that are, the ones that are really killed in the Dow. But usually the stocks that are in the Dow are going to still be around. It's not like, oh, there goes a pink Lambo. Here it comes. It's not like, where you're just picking 10 random horrible performing stocks, because that's risky in terms of like some of those companies go bankrupt or something like that. Dow stocks are almost never going to go bankrupt, right? Like that's insanely low probability. Like they're going to make it through. It's just like they're probably out of favor. So I'm not surprised the strategy can outperform the Dow. But with that being said, it's still a flawed strategy. Let's just call it what it is. I wish it was as easy as just, this stock has a high dividend yield in the Dow and it's good. Well, but it is intriguing. It is very intriguing. But anyways, guys, okay, so appreciate you joining me on the main channel tonight. I'm going to do a video covering stock I sold today, why I did it, stocks I bought today, which I bought several, why I did it. If this is my last Twitch stream ever, I want to say I appreciate everybody that's been joining me over time. And in a couple weeks, we'll know if it was my last Twitch live stream ever or not. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys always joining me for these while I had that contract with Twitch. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. I'll take the next couple weeks, kind of think about this, and then make my decision after that. So anyways, guys, appreciate you. Much love as always. And Happy New Year, because it's almost New Year's. Alrighty, guys, Happy New Year, and